like to welcome everybody to the HRO Sports Betting Podcast. This is week number 3 in the college football season, and coming off 2 really successful weeks, well, almost 2.5 if you count week 0. And currently just on a roll and hoping to keep that up. And as we head into week 3, we've got a couple big games we want to talk to you about. All right, and the last game we're here to talk about on the HRO Sports Betting Podcast for week 3 of the college football season is Penn State at Auburn. Penn State is a 3-point favorite, and Auburn is just one of those teams in disarray for me in the SEC. They're going to struggle in the SEC. I think they're going to. We see it as Penn State comes in a favorite in an SEC stadium. I would really love to take Auburn in the points as a home dog here, but I just can't bring myself to do it. One of the reasons why the Penn State quarterback Clifford, he pulls a lot of rabbits out of the hat, and they are the favorite. They're the better team, but I don't know. I don't have a real good feeling on this one, so I'm just going to stay away and enjoy the game. T, what are your thoughts on Penn State Auburn?
So I made this game close to a touchdown with Penn State being favored. The big thing is, you mentioned Clifford. I like the experience, and it seems like he definitely has his moments where, in a big moment, he shows up. Both of these two teams, I've been very disappointed defensively. Penn State giving up about 350 yards a game against the likes of, they just beat Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a tough week 1 game, but that's still quite a few yards for a team that, on average, shouldn't give up that many.
Yeah.
I believe it was
Purdue,
who's a one-dimensional through the air.
Yeah.
Who should have won that game if they knew how to run the football, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
And then Auburn as well, who hasn't even played that type of competition that Penn State has, is giving up 300 yards per game.
Yeah.
And that's against lesser opponents. They've been good on the ground, but they've gotten just torched through the air.
Yep.
I think Auburn is one of the bottom teams in the SEC this year. And going to struggle a little bit. So this isn't a play for me yet. If this game goes down to 2.5, it's very possible that I jump on it with a unit. And I may still bet this game at 3, depending on where we are later in the week. Yep. If it goes up to 3.5, I probably won't have any action on it. But with Penn State being able to put points on the board this year, averaging over 40 points a game, against a team that hasn't been...
give up points.
I mean, you beat San Jose State by 8 last week.
Yeah.
A good Auburn team in years past would handle this year's San Jose State team. And nothing against San Jose State, but they're not Auburn. And that was a tight game. Auburn didn't cover that number. And this is one of those, we'll see where we are in a couple days.
Yeah,
as of
see
right
how
now,
the line moves, too.
Yeah, I haven't bet it yet. The line hasn't moved yet. The totals come down 0.5 point from 47.5 to 47. No real movement there. And to be honest, I don't have a great read on where the public is going to come in on this game. Because as you mentioned, you do have an SEC home dog.
Yeah.
But this isn't a great SEC team, so we'll see where we are in a couple days and if we have a bet on this game or not.
All right, so officially on this Penn State Auburn, I kind of like Penn State to win the game. I don't know if they're going to cover. We're going to stay away from the window on this one. Might have something a little later on in the week. If we do, we'll probably pin this up. on our comments. That is the end of the HRO Sports Betting Podcast show, and I'd like to thank the HRO network and organization for allowing us to stop on in and use the studio and bring sports betting to and help. I should put it this way: provide a little more knowledge on sports betting for those of you out there, and give all plays that win. T's been hot. I gotta give him credit. It's been a good start, and hopefully we'll continue with that. And we'll see you cash in those tickets at the window. You take care.
Yep.